Okay, so Homelander, should I still keep Moura or is he a lost cause? To be honest, I liked Moura's positioning. I watched the game. He seemed to be a bit... He was playing on the right, but he was playing inside quite a bit. It was quite advanced. I wouldn't necessarily get rid of him after one game week. I would say that as far as actual final product, it was missing, but he was playing with some people he's not played for or played with in a while. So I would wait and see with Moura. I'd maybe give him one more game week and save 2 transfers for game week 3. So I wouldn't necessarily make drastic changes straight away. I wouldn't say Moura is a lost cause just yet. If I can find the stats for Moura, go in a bit more detail about it. Okay, so Peter Gray, what's your thoughts on Sanchez? He looked awful. Thinking of a switch to De Bruyne. I wasn't impressed with Sanchez. There was a lot that Sanchez did that he could have done a lot better. He should have had an assist though, and Lukaku messed it up. I wasn't impressed with Sanchez's performance. However, I'm willing to just put it down as a one-game thing and wait and see if he does it again next game week. Again, like I was just saying, I don't think we need to panic just because of one game week. A lot can happen, especially in game week 1. It's football. It's not as predictable as people may like it to be for FPL purposes. While Sanchez didn't look great, and to be honest, Pogba did look good, I wouldn't go changing drastically so soon. I mean, if you really wanted De Bruyne from the beginning and just thought he wasn't going to start, then Peter Gray, potentially you could go for him, because that would make sense. If Sanchez was always just a placeholder until you could bring in someone that you wanted, then you could maybe make the move straight away. But I'd only do it if that was the case. Otherwise, if you brought in Sanchez because you thought he could do well in the first couple of game weeks, I would actually stick with him for a bit. As for Ruben Neves, he impressed me. He was very, very good. He still plays quite deep. Coin sticking to my arm. He still played quite deep. However, his delivery is good enough, and his set pieces clearly are good enough that I think he could be a great shout if you're looking for a £5 million midfielder. For me, I'm not sure I want someone like that on my team that's going to be scoring points on my bench. That's like, yes, he's a good choice, but for me, 5 and 4.5 million usually are people that I'm not expecting to play every game week. If he has another performance like that, though, then I'll start considering for my actual full first team 11. A bit the same with Wan-Bissaka. I picked him because I wanted him as my bench fodder, and of course he's gone and had a very good performance. So as we get Robert Hansen donating, as usual, thank you Robert so much for that. I removed Schlupp and Pereira yesterday. That's FPL for you, mate. That's FPL. There are players I removed that scored quite a few points as well yesterday. So if Neves does turn out to be that good, then I'll hold my hands up. I assumed he wouldn't be allowed as much time on the ball, but to be honest, Wolves dominated the game, but just seemed to sit too far back, too deep. Raul Jimenez looked very good, in fact, to me. He made the kind of runs that I think, once there's some understanding there, the likes of Moutinho, Ruben Neves can find Raul Jimenez quite regularly. So Raul Jimenez might be a decent shout as well in that side with a lot of creative players around him.